Good morning, and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. In today's video, we are going to continue to work on our Christmas in July project, and let's hope and pray that we can get some progress done. I have my voice back, yay, and I've literally not even been in this room for days because, well, I wasn't feeling well, and I'm gonna sneeze, hang on. Hopefully that is not how today is going to go. Oh my goodness. Okay, I haven't been in here because I started to feel better and then I had some life things I had to do. Major project outside we were doing. This is, I don't know what day this is, Tuesday. And between Sunday and Monday, I used basically 2 gallons of stain on a fence. And so I've been super busy outside trying to do that because the winter totally wrecked one of our privacy hedgerows. Oh my gosh. And long story short, Mark and I were outside one day in that area, and it's just like beside my raised bed, and there's like a concrete pad there, and sometimes we like to sit out there in the afternoon in our chairs, try to get a little sun or whatever. And we had this cheap, so a few summers ago, oh my gosh, it was like scorching hot. Not like this year, but it was hot. And so I was in Walmart and I said, oh, I called Mark. Babe, I have a $30 solution to our heat problem. There's this little blow up pool. So it was like a rectangular shape, and it had like 3 air rings around the outside, whatever. It says $30, right? Like, what do we got to lose? And that thing has done really well for $30. Like, last year we didn't use it because of my foot. Like, I couldn't safely get in and out of it. And we only put a few inches of water in it because we had to dump it all the time because we couldn't keep it clean. And anyway, so it finally bit the dust. It had like, I don't know, the bottom air ring was deflating. And so Mark says he's watching YouTube and he finds these stock tank pools, which I guess are like all the rage now. I don't know. I mean, I used to sit in livestock troughs when I was a kid. That's how you got cool, right? Well, he figured out you can actually make a pretty nice pool out of it. So we got a stock tank and we tore out the hedgerow that was damaged by the snow. And I mean, when I say damaged, I mean damaged. Used to, you couldn't see me over the top of the hedgerow. I'm short, right? Doesn't take much to cover me. Nope, I could be seen over the top of the hedgerow. And I don't like that. Like when we sit over there, that's our chill time. You know, we close the garage doors. Nobody can see that we're home. And we can just sit out there and just be us, you know, without people bugging us. And I don't mean bugging us in a negative way. But, you know, we've got some great neighbors and they just come over whenever they want, which is fine. But sometimes we don't want that. But anyway, so Mark took the tractor and pulled the hedgerow out the other day, and I think that was the last time I was in here trying to film. It's been about a week ago. Anyway, and then so we had gotten a stock tank at, you know, the local farm supply store. And it was so funny because the kid that was helping us, Mark had seen one on Marketplace, and the guy was like, oh, I ended up with 2. So he was selling it for full price. And the kid at the farm supply store said, yeah, that guy just bought that. There were 2 that were stuck together. We couldn't get them apart. So we gave him both of them for X amount of dollars. And I was like, oh man, he's trying to get full price for that thing. But we just got one there. They had them. Anyway, so we put up a new privacy fence, and that's what I've been doing the last few days is trying to stain all the pickets to get that ready to go. And yesterday I was like, I'm finishing this if it kills me. And it almost did. It was a lot of work. Like my hand woke me up in the middle of the night. It's so painful. So we'll see what we can accomplish today. All right, so these were the cutest little set of Creative Paper Artisan envelopes, and it's got these 2 little tags in here. And the other day, I went ahead and backed them, and you can see I just was cutting them down as I'm yabbering. And those are going to fit in there. I think those are going to be so cute, just tucked in a little pocket somewhere. I'm not going to worry about something to keep that closed. I might put like a little string around it, but we'll see. This one, I actually folded inside out because I was trying a technique that didn't work. But anyway, I've got some gold foil on here and it just really gives it some interest. And so I thought, well, that's a nice size journaling spot there. And I don't know, it can hide in there, and then that's going to be like a surprise. And then this, what did I do? It's just like a trifold piece. So I glued the journaling card to a scrap of coffee dyed paper and folded it up, and that's what's in there. So this one, we need to do something to the coffee dyed side. It is just a little plain, but I feel like it will be a surprise when you open it, because then you've got this wonderful gold fleck in there. And again, it didn't work. I was trying to film the other day. I made some clusters. I will have to look and see what actually filmed and didn't film, because I looked at one point and the camera was not running. So there'll be some of that set to music. That was one of those days when I truly did not have a voice and was still trying to create. So that'll be in here some. Oh, we got to, hello, we are doing something to this side, Jody. Let's get a stencil for some background nuance on here, and then maybe we'll stamp or something. I'm not sure. So I hope everybody's doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, oh my gosh, thank you for your grace this month. I went from everyday videos in June to barely being able to function in July. And whatever this illness is that we have had, man, it has been absolutely brutal. I mean, just brutal. So today is 2 full weeks and for me, and yesterday was 3 weeks for Mark, and he's not 100% yet. I'm better than I was, you know, at least I have my voice back. But I'm tired. I want some fired brick, I think. No, I want mahogany. I'm just really tired. Like, whatever this is, like, totally zapped us of energy. This morning, it was like 8 o'clock, and Mark comes, well, first of all, I woke up at 4 o'clock, and I was up for like an hour. I almost just got up and came in here and tried to do some stuff. But I was like, I'm going to lay back down and I'm going to see if I can sleep or not. You know, if I don't fall asleep in X amount of time, I'll get up. Well, apparently I went back to sleep, because at 8 o'clock, Mark's like, honey, are you okay? And he startled me because I was out. And I said, what do you mean, am I okay? He says, it's 8 o'clock. I said, oh my gosh, why did you let me sleep so late? That's like sleeping half of the day away. He goes, I just thought maybe something was wrong because you were still in bed. And I was like, well, I was up for a while last night, obviously. And it was not obvious to him. He didn't know that. And so I have just been dragging, like it's 11 something, and I'm just now trying to function to stencil a piece. I mean, it's crazy right now. Put my lid on my glue. Okay, so that I think is gonna be cute. It looks like I need to put a little bit more glue on here. And I'm trying to get in a group here and figure out what we're going to do. I don't really have a plan, but sometimes when I don't have a plan is when we come up with better or more creative things. So I want to get these 2 pieces finished and off the table, or in the ephemera pile, I should say. And then what we'll do is look through our pages. We need more journaling, actual journaling space in our pages. And we just need some more interactive pieces. It's decent in the attic, so I really should go up. I know I have a bag of pieces that I have already decoupaged with napkin, and some of it I've even already aged. So I think I need to get some of those, because those pieces are designed to be like pockets and or journaling cards. And rather than make a whole bunch more new stuff, I really am trying to use what I have already spent time making. And because I've lost so much time with being sick, you know, and I didn't want to be in here trying to create this journal when I didn't feel well. I just, you know, I did a little bit, but I didn't feel like that was the right thing to do. So one friend, she's like, how's Christmas in July going? And I'm like, it is not. I haven't done anything in days. That's cute. Gives that outside just a little bit of interest, so it's not just plain coffee dyed. And I do want to tie something around here. I do have a little caffeine sparkling water drink here. Have you guys had these bubblers? This is the triple berry breezer. It's raspberry, blackberry, blueberry. It's got no artificial sweetener in it, so I don't know what it's sweetened with. Erythritol. But anyway, my daughter-in-law in Wisconsin drinks those, and so the one day she was like, here, you want a bubbler? And I was like, sure, I'll try it. And I actually liked it, so I got some when we got home. That is a little bright for that piece. That's not going to be big. Is that big enough to tie? It's big enough. But anyway, and I thought, well, that'll be something a little refreshing and maybe give me a little pep in my step today. Don't know. That's not big enough, because I was thinking if I tie that in a knot, of course it could just slide off. Let's just do it. It's a good size for that. But anyway, I have my water here and then that sparkling water. But man, I was whooped yesterday. I got done painting the fence and I was so excited. I keep saying painting and Mark keeps correcting me and telling me it's stain, Jody. And I'm like, whatever, Mark, it's done. Minus any touch up. Hopefully there won't be any touch up. I feel like that's kind of thick to put around there and not the right color. Ooh, what is this little gold piece here? Okay. I'm telling you, I'm just trying to use what is around. So who knows what we're going to end up with at the end of the day with this project, but it'll be fine. Is that elastic? Oh, that is elastic. So we have had, oh goodness, a couple of beautiful days. And now, today's Tuesday, I think Thursday, it's supposed to be like crazy hot again. So I'm hoping, not too bad. Oops, I just threw that on the floor. But I'm trying to get caught up on some stuff in the house because I was sick and not able to do some things. There are a few things that need to be done, caught up. You know, it just happens when you're down like that and you're the only one who does certain projects. You know, you gotta play catch up when you're feeling better. All right, so. Oh, I will have some die cutting I want to do also. My sweet friend sent me some of her Christmas dies to borrow. So I want to do that. And then I have these fabrics and I want to sew a few ruffles. So we've got some ruffles we can put on the edge of the pages. And I have not figured out yet what I want to put down the actual little golden book pages. So all things that we need to figure out there. Like we need something on here, even just a pocket of sorts or a tuck. Hey, that's kind of cute on there. if we put maybe like a music page piece on here, or can make a little pocket out of this and then embellish it with that. Maybe. Okay. I have some of this somewhere. I was trying to flatten it. Aha! Well, a lot of good that did. Maybe I need to spray it with water and then flatten it. Maybe. Oh, stupid nose. My nose is from mowing because I mowed the other day and the wind was blowing, so I took a whole face full of grass, which I'm allergic to. Oh, that's kind of pretty on there too. And we could trim that down some. Let's do it. So I'm going to back this with just some of my glue book paper, page, whatever. And then we'll cut this out more straight. And that will just fit right on there. And actually, I think that could make a belly band, because that's on a nice sturdy piece. And then we can put something inside here. So let's do that. So that is drying, and then we'll trim that down. And I'm sure we have things we can put in here, like this little ticket booklet is something that actually is great journaling space. And that could just slide in there if we ink that and stencil on the inside or something. That would be a lot of really wonderful journaling space. I'm wondering if any of the little mouse images, oh my gosh, would work. I'm telling you guys, I feel like such a train wreck. But I am upright, so I am really not complaining. Okay, let's see. I have this little bin here of things, and oh, we could put the little bird on the front of there. Now he's cute. He'd be really cute with that red. Let's just see here. Well, he's a playing card. I love these. I got these in Happy Mail, and they are so adorable. I have no idea where they came from, and I think I only have 2, and I wanted to use one in this project, so I have no idea where those came from. So I've had them for a while. I got them in Happy Mail. Oh, I never showed you in the last video I was doing this. So what I did was I added more sheets of coffee dyed paper and used rusty staples, and I didn't find any actual ice coupons. I have gasoline coupons, but not ice coupons. So I was like, oh, that would have been so cute to have, you know, an ice coupon to put in here. But anyway, so I think it just will slide in one of these pockets. So that is what I did with that. And I apologize, I didn't ever finish showing you that the other day. These pockets need a home. So let's see if we can find a place for these pockets. Now that is a Rach and Bella mouse. That is not a Creative Paper Artisan mouse. I've had this made for quite a while. We've got some ephemera bits here that are ready to go in pockets. We have this little robin too that I had done. So, and I made that in November. He's so cute. I love that. We have these guys. Why are they? It's like humid, so they're doing funky things with the humidity. Maybe they weren't totally dry when I stuck them together the other day. But these guys have to find some homes as well. So we have some ephemera bits in here. We also have some things like this, make a long tag out of, so that needs backed with something. I'm almost like refreshing my own brain what's in here. That actually, if I back that, I could totally hinge that and it could be a flip out also. We haven't done very much of that sort of thing with this journal, so I definitely want to be doing some things like that as well. Will that fit? No, but that would make a good hinge. Okay. Oh, Jody, Jody, Jody. All right. I was hoping I had some more of the mouse tags ready to go, but I don't believe I do. Ooh, what about one of these? Oh, here, these, I've backed these. Okay. All right. Oh, there's a nice tag right there. That would fit perfectly in our pocket right there. So I'm not going to totally fussy cut it on screen right now, but it just tells us like what we're going to maybe put in that pocket. And I think that'll be sweet in there. Okay. So there's that. To cut those out. All right, so that helps with that page. And then we have the back side of this. Now, not every single page has to be decorated either. And we could, actually, I'm gonna put this on the back side. And the reason that I'm going to put that on the back side is because I have to somehow put like a piece on here so that we know that that opens up, like to tell somebody like, hey, flip me open. And where's that little half circle piece? He could just sit on there. Possibly. Okay. Ooh. What if we used one of our little clusters we made the other day? It would serve as a pull tab and could also serve as a tuck for a little card. Possibly. I'm overthinking this. Yes, I know. Oh, I got an idea. This is not the same paper pad, so let's do a contrasting color that works. There's a lot of blue. So if I put this on here and I tear that edge, that will stabilize our little doodad, our little dude. Be like a tab, maybe. Oh, stupid nose. Oh, even one of these stamps would make a good little tab. I'm just thinking out loud or thinking quietly. I don't even know. I feel like it's been so long since I filmed. That in and of itself is a challenge. When I don't film for a while and then I come back, then I'm like, what am I doing? And even just trying to get myself back in a groove here. So up front, I'm going to thank you for your patience and your grace for this, trying to get back in a flow and get some work done on this. I told Mark I'd like to try to get at least 2 videos filmed today. I don't know if we'll get that far, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to paper clip this here while it dries. That's going to be a nice little tab there to pull that. And once that dries, it won't be so soft, so it'll be fine. Put my little clusters somewhere. Okay, that's good. We have that. I had This is a tag that was in something that I had gotten for, I don't know, a 12 days gift a few years ago. And I thought, well, he might be kind of a fun tuck on a page. I'm trying not to necessarily put something on all the coffee dyed pages simply because that is like journaling space. So, ooh, he kind of fits on there. And if we just do the two sides, he might fit in there. He doesn't really stand out enough on that page. We've got to do something with these pages for sure. The wee little tree. He's kind of cute there. Like he's... Okay, I'm floundering, I know. And we have the insides of these pages that we have to do something with as well. If I had some Christmas music, I could just back this and put him on as a tag. I'm gonna cut that eye off there. I'll just cut that around there and then ink that. It will be totally fine. He could work on there also. Okay, I know I'm not doing anything. Okay, I've been sitting here for quite a while looking at different pieces and trying to figure out what I want to do. And I'm in a bit of a struggle, not going to lie. I have this scrap here from a Tracy piece and I want to rip this down. Because I have this book page and I'll show you the other side of the image in just 1 second. So I can still use this piece. I love this piece, so I'm glad I can still use that. And this piece I am going to just, I've already got it like folded on this one end. So I think I'm just gonna cut it where it's already folded and then go from there and see if we need to trim it anymore. I had picked up this Christmas book not long ago and I'm flipping through it and I'm like, I actually don't like the book. There's very little in it that I can use, but there's this image with these ornaments and I thought, oh, that'd be a really cool flip out. So I'm going to do that. I want to bring this ornament to life. Maybe I'll use my gold jelly roll on the top and then maybe just some stickles on that and let it dry. I'm not sure, but the back of this needs covered. So yeah, that does need trimmed just a little tiny bit. And I think I'm going to actually leave this edge. I think, because we actually could make that a little side tuck. We could, but that means we need something here. Okay, so let's do this. I will put that rough edge toward the inside just because when I ink that, it's going to be a pretty piece. Yeah, I was just flipping through the book and I'm not going to say what book it is, but there's some stuff in it that I'm like, I don't really think that falls in line with what I believe. And so I'm a little disappointed because lesson learned, read the books, right, before I buy them. It was only like a quarter at a yard sale. But it definitely is not in line with my personal beliefs. And so that means I cannot use the pages for pockets and stuff like that because it's not language that I care for. So I am not going to use it. I just have a really bad habit of Christmas books and picking them up. Really bad habit. Ugh, but I do love Christmas stuff so much, you guys. So much. I'm just going to fold that under. That'll put a little bit of interest on that page, and I may end up actually putting another piece of this on there. I need to make some more of that. I'm about out, and that is just simply unacceptable. So this, I'm going to just take a strip of this and stabilize that edge. You guys know that I do that. That's 32-pound paper. Again, probably strong enough. It is just me being overly cautious with my pockets. I just want to make sure that if you're putting something in and out of that pocket, it doesn't tear. And look, this is one of those pages that I inked the backs on these. Oh, so pretty. So, oops. I have a tray outside. I started to rust some items, so I need to go out there. Oh, goodness. Anyway, I need to not choke on my own spit. Gosh. I need to go out and make a new batch of stuff and get some more stuff in the rusting material. Mark was so sweet the other day. He got me a spray can of clear matte spray so I can seal them. Got some really cool pieces going, but I want to get some more pieces going. I need to dig in my charms and find some of my ocean themed stuff so I could rust it so that it's ready to go for the mermaid journal. And I don't know if I've said this yet in any of the videos because of being sick and trying to film and fast forwarding and blah, blah, blah. All those good fun things. I'm on the fence at this point. I know I'd made a commitment to myself to do the full deck challenge this year. And as I'm watching the prompts come out and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much I need to do to get caught up. Oh, wait, Jody. You are ahead of yourself. I am not really sure if I'm going to catch up on that or not. And again, I made a commitment to myself, right? So is it right, for me to like not cut? I'm just gonna use a strip of the side of this paper. It's a commitment to myself, so am I letting myself down if I don't catch up with it? However, I will say I'm not overly excited about some of the prompts coming out. So I just really need to decide if I'm going to do it or not. If I do it, then I will do that. I will get all caught up after I'm done with this project. I just really need to get this project done so I can put Christmas away. I have a trip at the beginning of August, meeting up with a couple of my girlfriends, and we're going yard sailing. Again, I don't know if I've told you this already or not because it's been so long since I filmed. If I did, I apologize. But so I have to be getting ready for that, and I will probably try to film a little bit of that trip. I've never done it before, and I'm really excited, and it's two of my creative friends, and I'm just really looking forward to the possibility of oh my gosh, finding some good treasures. I'm telling you, I'm butterfingers after the last few days. Anyway, treasure hunting with them. It's going to be so hot. So I actually ordered a solar fan hat, but I was so disappointed. I put it on this morning and the fans only work if the sun is shining on them. And I'm like, what is the point in it being rechargeable with a USB cable if it only works when the actual fans have the sun on the solar panel? I'm like, so that's gonna have to get returned. And now I don't know what I'm gonna do for a fan. I had to ask the girls. They both got like little neck fans, and maybe I'm just gonna have to do that because gotta do something to try to stay cool because we're going down into Kentucky and it's gonna be like crazy hot and humid down there. I should have thumb notched that. Can I still do it? Probably not. So that is something, oops, I whacked you with my glasses. Something that I'm trying to like plan for here as far as like August approaching and getting ready for that trip. So I'm super excited about seeing my friends. It's been a while since I've seen one of them. Well, and the last time I saw the other one, it really wasn't like a super long visit or whatever. So, okay, so this is gonna go like this. Now the question becomes, do I simply heat emboss that to give it some shine, or do I use my stickles? If I do my stickles, I have to wait for it to dry and can't glue it on the page. But I also have to design a pocket for this to hide under, because I don't want to see that flap. So let's look at our, oh my gosh. What do we have? Do we have any scraps we can make a pocket out of? Well, that's the cover. What's on the back side of that? The text is the wrong way. Could just make a side tuck with that. Auditioning pieces, you guys, just auditioning pieces here. I'm really trying to just use scraps. I keep using that piece. I don't want any more of that in here. I've used a lot of that one. Do love the Argyle. And this big 12 by 12 image is a little bit difficult to use, but that would be busy. I'm running out of options, people. Running out of options. I was telling my friend, I was like, I've used this paper before, and that's part of my problem, is that I've used this paper before. And so it's like, I love it so much, but it is like, okay, once I use a paper pad, I'm kind of like over it. And I hadn't used this in a few years, but I'm finding that I'm like, I'm kind of over it. Okay, so if I put this here, I do not like the red with that, so I am glad I did that. Nope. So I could cut a piece of this. You know what we need? We need some like Christmas music or just a background piece to use on here. Or even just music, I suppose. Let's see what we have in here. Christmas candle. Oh, this is beautiful paper. This has like coloring images in it. It's so cute. Can we get him on here as an image? I love the 10 drawer thingy. I know I've said that so many times, but I'll say that in this instance, for this kind of a project, when I have like a million different pieces, parts pulled out, it's a little challenging. All right, so we're 8 3/4. So I actually can get the majority of this image on here. And at 6 3/4, I can get a good bit of the width, but I want to leave. So what I'm going to do is just pull this page. And then what's on this one? What's on this one? I was going to show you guys how to make that blue pocket, and this is a wonderful size paper to do so with. And actually, we'll use this one because I won't use that in anything. All right, so we'll back this blue page. I'll show you how to make that pocket that I made out of the blue paper. And then we will probably call this video good because I feel like I'm not saying anything worthwhile. And you guys are probably thinking, hi, you just now figured that out, Jody. So let's just do it. I think I want to tear it though. I'm going to tear it. We're going to go for it. Okay. So I know I want to take this off. I don't want to get rid of his little hand because he's sleeping on his little bed and Santa's overlooking him. I told you guys, I just pick up whatever that is Christmas related when I find it, for sure. Let's go here and see. Hopefully I'm straight-ish. Okay, I don't want that. Okay. Oh, it's so cute. And I can get Santa and the fireplace, you guys. That's fantastic. Oh, I love it so much. What year is this music, you ask me? 35 cents. Oh, 50, 60, 64, 1964. I just did that without having to look it up. Look at me go. Okay, so I'm going to get this glued on here, but this I want to glue underneath here. Or maybe I just go ahead and put that on the other side and cover that on the other side. Oh, and if I do that in such a way, then Santa's going to like peek over. And then you open that up and we have a little pocket, and that is off center. That's gonna drive me crazy. But this is a wonderful little image, and actually you could write on this page if you wanted to. Yep. So I'm gonna get my matte gel out and just paint the back of this. Or am I just gonna use glue stick? So that's gonna go there. So I will do all that gluing off camera and not bore you. And I still need to do something with that. So let's talk about that pocket that I made. Let's find the pocket so you know what pocket I'm referencing. Okay, this goes here though. I want to make sure I'm I choked on myself and I'm like, ugh, now. That pocket right there. So I saw this on YouTube. I honestly can't remember who it was. It's been a few days since I watched it. So basically you take whatever your width of paper, and I think you could do this with any width. I think that in going with a size that you can utilize on your pages, that's going to be important. So I'm going to do this side. This measures what? 12 inches-ish, so that's fantastic. Just going to take my bone folder, and if I go if I go 3 3/4, and you're just gonna have to figure this out for your paper and what you want, right? And then another 3, 1, 2, 3 3/4 here, okay? And then that's going to leave me a little over 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1/4-ish, so that's like 2 1/8, so 1, 2 1/8. We're just kind of splitting that difference, okay? So then this folds in here like so, and then this you're going to fold on itself and make that point, okay, like that. And then this one you're also going to fold back on itself, and you could reverse your score marks and make this go the other way if you wanted to. It's just really whatever works for you, okay? And then this one's going to fold in on that score mark. and I didn't get it exactly even, so you can adjust that a little bit if you want to, or you even don't even have to score this. You could just fold it in half with whatever's left of your page. Okay, and then this one you're going to fold down as well. Okay, like that. And then you determine your height. So, you know, this is 9 inches tall. So I would say maybe I'll come in and score this whole thing at like 6.5 inches. So it's a 6.5 inch pocket ish. Okay. And then you take your scissors and you're going to cut up to that score line on each of your folds. Now, one thing I did find is by doing that, it ends up being a little wonky on the bottom. So you're going to fix that when you decorate it. So I'm just going to come up here and cut this. Because I folded that twice, I'm hoping I'm getting it on the right line. If not, it's okay. I'll just figure it out. But you're cutting up to that score line, not past it, just to it. Don't get up in your score line. And then this one as well. I'm a little shaky, I apologize. Okay, so then this, I'm going to just cut some of that bulk off there. So then you've got your pieces all like this. Now this piece you could do inside or on top, whatever you like. I like the look of it on the inside. So this piece you're going to fold up on that score line. So that makes a pocket. Then you have this piece and you're going to just kind of evenly space these. Or as best you can, you know. And then you've got your pockets. So you have a tuck here, 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 and here. And then, I don't know if you can see, where this fold is, I trimmed that off because see, it overhangs here. So it's just where that actual fold mark is. You might come back in and just trim a little bit more of that off. You know, sometimes it does weird things where it was folded. So just trim that off. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. And you can decorate this however you want. You can do this with two-sided paper, or you could, the lady said like you could decoupage the back of a plain paper and that would be really pretty as well. Now here's the thing. You're going to glue down your two flaps. So these two flaps you're going to glue. I'm going to write on this because I'm actually going to put this one in my ideas book. Then I have it because we all know I forget how to make certain things sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to say score, what did I do? 3 3/4. And then I will know that. Fold this in. We're going to glue here. We're going to glue here. And then we're going to glue this down. But this one we're going to leave open. And the reason we're going to leave that open is because that is such a small pocket. It's hard to make something that skinny. You could, like if you wanted to put a bookmark or something in there, like she said, you could totally do that. And then you just score the height, whatever you want your pockets to be. And if you're using a 12 by 12 paper, that's going to give you a wider piece and just give you more options, but it's super easy. So you're going to glue this down, a little bit of glue along the bottom here. So this pocket will be glued on top of this pocket. Then you'll glue both sides up here. So glue, glue. Okay. Then on this one, glue and glue. And you're leaving these like, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, whatever kind of a gap that you want, or however you want to space your pockets. You're just going to space them evenly so that they look kind of uniform here. So if I ink that, can you see that a little bit better that way? I think so. And this is fragile paper, so I would reinforce the tops of these pockets just to ensure that they wouldn't tear when you're putting things in and out. So glue and glue. And then you have a multi-piece pocket here, and then like I did on the blue one, I didn't glue this side. I just glued the 2 sides, and then that made for that. Oh, actually, I think I did all 3 sides. So that would be a side tuck as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pockets on this piece. So it just, I really liked the design. I thought it was a lot of fun, and really liked it a lot. So that's how you make that piece. Okay, if you have questions about that, or you need me to do it again more slowly, I can do that. I can try it again with like a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. I haven't done that yet. See what that does. Okay, I'm gonna stick this in my ideas book. Going to continue to work on this a little bit, and then when I get to a point where I'm ready to film another episode, we'll definitely come back and do that. And I hope everybody's doing well. I really hope you're working on something that makes your heart happy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, bye.